Hello. Welcome to the channel. We are doing a collective reading, and I've just done a filmed pre-shuffle where I'm probably never gonna post it, but it's so funny how certain alignments come to play, and I calibrated these two decks, tarot decks, to be calibrated to the collective because I was focusing on shuffling my cards for a collective reading. And what came out on the bottom of the decks were the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, which is counterparts. So that might be something that we will talk about as divine counterparts. Judgment. Okay, so I will start with the general energy where I pulled karma cards. I love these cards. If you know, you know. They have a lot of keywords and they're really great to use them for pretty much any type of reading. You can use singular cards or connect them because they have signs, houses, and planets. So you can kind of get a lot more astrology energy from them. So we have Venus in Capricorn in the 11th house. So there is going to be, of course, a love and relationship topic going on for sure. Earth signs could be significant, or the planet Saturn, or just general, like I'm getting being quite ambitious about certain partnerships and relationships because we do have the 11th house. So especially if you are a Capricorn that is in love or inquiring about a person, this is probably going to be the reading for you. Or just in general, if you have the humanitarian type of energy inside of you, if you're thinking about the future and looking for the ways to enjoy your current timeline more, kind of going just day to day, taking each day as it comes, and still wanting to do something like make something out of yourself. Even though you might be connected to a person that isn't the most reciprocating, it could be just that you're thinking about making new associations, new friends, or even finding a new job or converting a hobby into something that pays. So the main bottom deck underlying subconscious energy, we have the wolf coming out in the animal spirit, the wild unknown animal spirit oracle deck. It's a great animal oracle deck. It doesn't have as many animals as other decks like oracles. However, it does have the 4 elements and the ether, so it does have chakras represented. That's why I love this deck. So the wolf is the guardian of the family or the tribe. They like activism and rituals, or you could be a very activist type of person, or a witchy vibe I'm getting with the rituals, like you have your own ways of cleansing your body through bathing or showering, or just the way you take care of yourself. It's very ritualistic, like it's just within your DNA pretty much. So I'm just going to read the little short when in balance, when out of balance, and what to do to bring into balance. So you might get a little animalistic energy, or certain parts of you might be acting out, because this wolf card is the earth energy, and it's like depicted as coming from the flames, coming from the darkness, and is now in the light. For the first time ever, I'm getting like sort of like these are the wings. It's giving me like phoenix vibes. So when the wolf is in balance, you are reliable, democratic, and fearless. When you're out of balance, you could be judgmental or dominating. And to bring this energy into balance, you can practice letting go. So letting go in general is one of the hardest human processes, because people, places, and things, we attach to them through energy, right? There's some kids yelling outside, hope you don't hear that. So we get attached to people, places, and things, and letting go of certain sentimentally valued items could be the only thing that's really holding you back. So for instance, you're in this new budding relationship, or you got a new crush or a person of interest. It's just an example, right? And you're still hung up on the previous person. That energetic transfer is going to come through in many of the chakras, because underneath this deck we do have the dragon card, which is the solar plexus, which is your confidence, it's your assertiveness, it's your fearlessness as well. So if you're feeling like you're constantly judging other people's, it's not like judging or jealousy, but it's like, you know, you could have and do better. However, you're the one that's keeping yourself stuck in a certain past family energy or tribal energy, where you thought these people were, when you thought these people were your friends, your family, your lovers for life, or stuff like that, you know. And you're the one that upkeeps the longevity of other people's energy in your life, is what I'm hearing. So I'm sorry. Of course, the throat chakra attacks come in as soon as I start filming. Generally speaking, smoking is not good for you, but it is something that I'm trying to wean off of. So my voice is probably gonna break for many reasons, but I know my chakra is activating, so give me a second. Okay, so next up we have the Scorpion energy. This is somebody who is passionate, competitive, and tends toward isolation. So some of you guys could be a bit more introverted and a bit more fiery still. Like, I'm getting this energy where you really don't like to be bothered. So you don't bother people, and if you're bothered, they're gonna know by the sting of your, yeah, it's, I'm getting the sting of your communication, because the deck just kind of cut because of my pillowcase here, and it showed the hummingbird. So it's like these two energies connected. You're very you're very vocal. Fucking hell, I hate this. Bear with me. Don't go. Your energy is like you don't mind speaking up at all. It's like you're very passionate about the things that you're trying to communicate, because the hummingbird has this halo around it that's multicolored and just a lot of light, and the scorpion as well, it's very enlightened. The lower chakras, solar plexus and lower, so sacral and base chakras, could be highly significant for you, because we do have the passionate. So I'm getting like you could be a very asexual person, and you could also be kind of competitive in relationships, which I'm getting like don't touch what's mine type of energy. Let's see. Okay, so when you're in balance, you're wild and free and fierce. So I'm getting this like social butterfly for a week, for like a festival, and then isolating self for months. Or goes out on Fridays for a social drink, and then just workaholics the whole next week, you know, just it's like, it's not just that you tend toward isolation, it's more like you are the type of person where your time is very crucial to you, so how you spend it, it really affects your life, especially if you're a water sign or like an actual Scorpio, or have Scorpio placements like North Node, Ascendant, Moon, or Sun signs. You could be the type of person where you do get like a bit more passionate than other people and a bit more burnt out than other people. If you have like prominent Scorpio placements, I'm getting like you need a lot more time to recuperate from other people's energies. You just need that sense of freedom, energetic freedom from other people, because you're so in tune with your chakral system. 1133 on the timer. Like you're very in tune with your chakral system, and that's where you get your intensity from. You react from the way other people are reacting internally, and it kind of looks like it's your reaction, but it's really a reaction to their energy. So when you're out of balance, you may feel jealous, resentful, or unresolved. And to bring into balance, you need to practice honesty and forgiveness. So because of your intensity, this fiery, because in this deck Scorpion is the fire, 12-12, because of this fiery energy, you especially need to focus on being honest with yourself and forgiving certain parts and ways of yourself. Or if you're like battling addiction or just heavier energies around you, energies that are really keeping you stuck in your past ways, I'm hearing you need to practice self-forgiveness and self-honesty more than forgiving other people for what they've done to you. It's more like just because somebody doesn't reciprocate their energy and it's not like this with you, doesn't mean that you have the right to push yourself down even more. Verbatim. Okay, I'm just gonna pause and I'll recuperate my voice a little bit. Okay, let's resume this reading. I'm drinking a water. It's just a plastic Tupperware bottle with an aquamarine, for those that wonder what I'm drinking. If ever anybody wonders what I'm drinking, that really clears my throat. And a coughing session was needed as well, so I'm sorry for the pause. So next up we have the Tiger. This is a heavy feminine energy. Of course, yeah, it says feminine energy. Lunar force, ease in darkness, and feminine energy. So this energy is of somebody that's coming out from the smoke with just fully opened third eye, coming out of the smoke like this. You're not even a tiger, like you have your own patterning. It's like you are a mirage. Your cat patterning, like it's just, I've never seen this before, because the way you find navigating the dark energies and this smoke. It's like you're the fire that also brings the smoke with you. So you're like, you could be very like isolated. I'm getting like females or highly feminine energies, even if you're a male presenting person, an actual male, I mean. You have really strong feminine energies where you are alone, partnerless, or just even if you have a partner, it's like you're in this mission on this path quite alone. Like I'm getting more like a single energy, but it's like this energy it has quantum leaped quite many times. I'm getting your death stare. When I meet you in the wild, I would be interested in talking to you quite a lot, because you do have this sense of power of the lunar force, meaning you are an attacker, a Killer. You are a wild beast that cannot be tamed, and no darkness can hold you back. You're very regal, and again, your fur coat it's like that of a zebra, but still has certain like leopard-ish spots, or it's going to depend on anybody that resonates with this specific message, but your presence is unrepeatable. So if we have tigers in a certain area, like tigers are all looking like tigers, you don't look like a tiger. You don't look like any animal of this planet. I'm literally seeing orbs, man. So you are highly protected. Any fire or smoke you go through, you're like on a galactic catwalk. It's so funny. I love your energy. So when in balance, you're passionate, strong, and sensual. When out of balance, you could be overstimulated, and to bring into balance, you could do Trataka, Trataka, which is candle gazing. So to reconnect with your soul and your fire elementals within you, you could just like light a tea light candle or any other candle. I prefer ones that are beeswax, even though they're quite expensive, but it's better to have healthy lungs because of all this smoke and my coughing fit before I transitioned to the tiger was like I had to cough through your smoke in a way. I mean, my smoke as well, of course, because I smoke. However, it's like if we go a couple of minutes back, I'm speaking quite differently, right? So I needed to make my way through the smoke. And for you to have more ease in the darkness, you could be a type of person where you like resting at evening and in the evening next to a candle and just having that flame presence, I'm hearing. So that's highly important for you, of course. And last but not least, for the collective energies, we have the unicorn, which is, of course, the representation of your third eye being highly sensitive, open, and in tune. Let's see, where do we have space? We're going to just read this karma cards kind of scholarly and then put them aside. We have cherish your goals for humanity's sake. Enjoy the day-to-day reality of your hopes and wishes. Charm, art, and beauty are the way to use the most business-like way and do it for the future. The attraction of dedication to achieve freedom. Pleasure from focusing on associations. And good times resulting from the rules imposed by your circle of friends. So those could be some of your affirmations or something that you might connect to. I'm not getting much off of them, but we will use them to maybe get some extra confirmation from keywords when we open up the oracles. So I've done a pre-shuffle and I haven't looked at these cards yet. I've used 4 different oracle decks, and most of them I don't know what they're named. So if you're interested in actual decks or you like some decks, just write a comment and I will find information for you. So we have Sedna with infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all your tomorrows. Sorry, my nails are wretched. We're just pushing out content. It's not about the nails, really. We have Isolde. She's a goddess of undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. We have Kali, endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Okay, so I'm getting we are already separated into the 3 groups, but the main energy is unicorn. So we have the tiger for Kali, the scorpion for Sedna, for Isolde, and wolf for Sedna. Yes. That's how we'll do it. Okay. So we will... Should we do groups? Decision making is not something I like doing on a time crunch. Okay, let's just... let's just figure it out as we go, yes. Let's just figure it out. Okay, so... I'm just gonna open up all the cards and see how they interconnect and see if we will do groups or not. Okay, we will do groups. So first will be the group of the wolf. Second will be the group of the scorpion, and the third will be the group of the tiger, because we did have quite different energies. So we're going to focus on your oracle cards and this specific message that is for you, group wolf. Okay, so bottom line energy is Vesta with home. Your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. We have blessings. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even show you the card. We have Vesta, we have blessings, and we have Isis. Cast spells, protect, and heal. So you are definitely healing, coming out from this darkness. I already forgot what the wolf was representing, because I channel and then I'm not really thinking. So I'm sorry I'm so chaotic. If you're here at mark 24, put down 2400 in the comments. I love you. Okay, so you are the type of person that does cast rituals. You have an infinite supply of energy because you have you're very well balanced with the water and the earth elements. So I'm getting feminine energy, but you could also be a male. But I'm getting just being in tune with your feminine energy. We have the gateway and the lunar eclipse, which is kind of 2 gateways. the lunar eclipse card says, open the door to a higher dimension. And then we have simply love with the Six of Cups. So you are the person that is opening up these doors to your infinite supply, your higher dimension. You are the sole creator of your portals that you create for yourself, pretty much. It's like no flame, no darkness can hold you back from being committed to your soul tribe. It's like the people that have affected your life are very low vibrational people. So I'm getting you have been surrounded by narcissists or very unreciprocating energies where you were pulled to so many different ways of being and thinking in such a short time that you just lost yourself. You like shattered, defragmented. You like got fragmented in your reality. I'm getting this energy where you just kind of exploded out of yourself and you have a hard time now grounding yourself, maybe even. Your emotions are quite deep and intense at this point in time because you are going through this gateway. The upcoming lunar eclipse, if you're watching this in the timeline that I'm posting, or any other next lunar eclipse coming up for you from whenever you're watching this, is going to be a highly prosperous time to leave these things in the past and move to your highest timeline. I'm getting it's like you are soulfully in search of a soul family. So the people that are now surrounding you aren't resonating anymore. You wish to hang out with people that don't party and don't drink or don't smoke or don't do this or don't do that, and focus on other things that are higher in vibration, because you are this person, this mermaid, this siren that is like very quickly burnt out by other people's energies, but also your supply is that of infinite, because on the other side of every gateway, it's usually almost always love, right? So if we're taking a bit like a step higher into transcendental way of thinking, it's like when you revisit the past, you are like fucking up your future, right? So you're not cutting yourself from that timeline in certain gateways that the universe provides you as an opportunity to really step out of the darkness. You're constantly on the precipice of the gate, like you're on the doorstep all the time. You never step through the gate fully, especially when it comes to your family not being reciprocal, especially your parents. I'm getting, yeah, you could be in this black cat panther fiery energy when it comes to your family, where you're just like, they overstimulate you because you are very, it's like it's not emotional volatility, but it could so easily be if you didn't take the proper repercussions of cleansing your energy, doing rituals or baths or breath work, or I'm getting stuff like that. So let's step into this deck. Can I get more? Okay, we have the Judgment, which is Is it? Judgment. It's Pluto, right? It's Scorpio energy. We have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Earth energy. No. Tell me about the lunar eclipse. Tell me about the... Okay. Okay, so we got the sun for the lunar eclipse, which made me kind of think of this solar eclipse we've just had a couple of days ago on the... What was it? I don't know. Today is the February 24th, 2026 when I'm filming this. So a couple of days ago we had a solar eclipse. So of course I'm getting like there was a sense of overshadowing in your life that was going on or is going on, because it feels like you're the sun. You're very upbeat actually, and very conversational and social when when need be, but like I'm getting, it's like some energy overshadowed your expression. So for instance, it's just like an example, if you have been around like a best friend or a partner and pretty much all the time they were just pretending to be a best friend or a partner because they were energetically overshadowing you, creating this retrieval to self energy where you had to reassess the simplicity of love. So, you know, what's really important, how you want to be loved, what would you actually prefer from these people, because we did get the Five of Swords underneath. So you're like, you know, contemplating while people are walking away type of energy. So you could have, doesn't matter when you're listening, 32 was just on a timer. It doesn't matter when you're listening to this. It's like this past gate that you have walked through. This gate was the one where you were pulled into a higher timeline by the universe, because people have walked away willingly, leaving you with this mental conflict about who you are, or what's your true energy, or what's your true power, because they didn't want you to fully express or show your true colors and your true power. 3311 on the timer. We got the King of Cups. I'm getting a father, could be quite significant, or somebody that wanted to play a father role in your life. I'm so sorry. There's something that needs to be expressed. We got the Six of Cups twice because I didn't explain, but I took this deck to get confirmation on the King of Cups. And we have the Four of Wands and the Eight of Cups and the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which is like you are walking away from family, you're walking away from a tribe, or you're walking away from just not being, from places where you're not being loved and appreciated exactly as you are. Yes, you're like contemplating on where to go currently, because all these people are just not willing to celebrate your new ideas with you. It's like you think somebody's your best friend because you trauma bonded, and now when you're trying to build yourself back up from something that was, you know, would end other people, you don't get the support. So you're like reassessing the past to who you, Ace of Swords, to who you have given your love. Because we have the Judgment and the Lovers right next to each other, and then the Ace of Pentacles. And it's like the people that are going to be coming into your life after this gateway, they are the ones that you will be able to infinitely choose as well, because you're the type of person that is like a hopeless romantic. So you will never stop looking for love wherever you go. It's like, even if you're the most heartbroken person, you could be the type of person where you still see love everywhere, and you don't wish anybody like, you know, bad because they have. It's like, yeah, you're the type of person that would embrace love in any state of being. We have the Page of Pentacles. So this gateway is also bringing you, so first the Spirit showed you, right? Because the aces are pure spirit energy. It's like this manifestation which you have been working towards, probably a new way of getting and receiving abundance or money. It's like the universe gave you an idea. It's like, here you go, this idea is for you, and through developing this idea you will open more paths, more gateways. Listen to your intuition. My God, tell me about. Okay, so there will be just relationships, fair relationships, relationships where platonic or romantic, where you will be supplied for all of the time ahead. It's like forever. It's like ride or dies, literally. People that are coming into your life, it's because you have walked away from what's not emotionally fulfilling you anymore towards what you actually want. So especially if you're a man, if you walked away from something that wasn't, your intuition was telling you like, this is just not it, you cut those people off, because all that they were there for were like attachments. I'm getting attachments, like financial attachments. What I mean by financial attachments is like certain, I don't want to fearmonger, but it's like certain demons that are attached to certain people, us as well, until we clear that out. It's like you were dealing with people because their attachments were obsessed with you, so they made these people act a certain way, so you would get attracted to them, but then the universe would start showing you signs or red flags. I'm getting that these aren't your people, but these attachments were the ones that brought you in because you had certain ways, old ways of thinking. So with this gateway that you're passing through, you're dropping certain ways of thinking. Bad translation. You're dropping certain ways of doing and thinking and being because you realize it only attracts a very specific type or group of people, and these people are never your tribe. You never feel truly safe emotionally with them. Okay. That is highly specific, especially if you're a Capricorn. I will say that again because that's the only thing that I've kind of darted my eye towards. Or if you have like Capricorn placements, wherever you have Capricorn placements, that could be the part of like your Capricorn house, you know, could be something that is transiting there that is affecting certain transits, or just your energetic vessel. I'm getting, be a bit more mindful about your placements so you can use them for your for your betterment and for humanity's sake. It's like the things that you will be performing is probably quite humanitarian, because I'm getting like you are becoming this teacher of what it's like to go through such darkness in life. If it's family, if it's friends, it's like, especially if you're a female, you had to become your own father. You had to build from the ground up, probably from a quite early age, or even if not, there was a point in time where you had to be your own parents, and there were certain things that could never be expressed in certain environments, in certain tribes that you had. It's like this sense of, I don't belong anywhere, I don't have a tribe, everybody constantly fucks me over because I just, you could be a very beautiful person and you could be very charming and people mistake you for the narcissistic one, but you're actually quite humble, especially when it comes to your appearance. Like, there could be days where you could like pass a mirror and be like, ooh, who's that? But most of the time I'm getting that you're not aware of your beauty, but other people are highly aware of your beauty. So I get that. It's could be my reading as well to some degree. However, it's a collective energy where you go through life without much awareness when it comes to how beautiful you are inside and out, and how much you actually give. And that's something that your intuition is really pushing into your spectrum. Like, it's the signs are getting louder or more frequent. It's like this next gate, this next timeline, this next step is going to be like, I'm getting this unicorn's horn is like a drill, and whatever you feel in this area of 4242 of so in any which center, but mostly the third eye, when you feel pain, it could be that the frequency around you, oh my god, I didn't mean to flip somebody off, but I guess we have to. The energy around you, when you feel your third eye being like affected, it's like you are going to start drilling people's brains. You're going to see right through them. I never got the unicorn like as his horn being a drill, but it's like, you don't want to get effed with that, in any place of your body, because the way you will lose your vital fluids, spiritually speaking, it's just not good for the people that come towards you in this next season, because you are closing out certain cycles of being, and your new way of being it's not just unapologetic, it's brain drilling. So if you've come this far, leave in the comments, my third eye is brain drilling. I love that. Okay. Yeah, you're just emotionally stable at this point. So whoever has been destabilizing you up until this point, they have no power over you. I'm hearing they have nothing on you. All of their lies and deceptions and trials and errors that they had towards you, even the negative energy that they sent you, it's like, bitch, please, do you even know who I am? And you don't have to explain yourself to anybody at all. It's just you are able to retreat back into your darkness and create so much light from it using the darkness that these people are never going to get the recipe for that transmutation power. So, just understand that nobody's on your level anyway, and you are protected. You are the one that casts spells. You're the one that heals as well, but first it needs to come from within the healing, the work, the dark nights of the soul, because you're the one that is this canary. So I'm getting like, especially if you're watching this as it's posted, your next season. So right now for us, next season is spring. Your next season, even if it's winter for you when you watch this, it's going to be the one where you glow up, where you grow up emotionally and intellectually, and your skills are just constantly leveling up. Constantly leveling up. Each day it's like you unlock more powers. It's like the next 24 to 48 hours you got new powers. Affirm below, the next 24 to 48 hours I got new powers. You're just this magical being that is more than able to attract the right tribe. It's just that because you're a teacher, because you're a healer, you attract the broken ones that need healing, because you, up until this point, didn't know how to set boundaries fully, because you knew how to set boundaries with the people you didn't want in your life, but the ones that you didn't want you in their life. So those are the ones that you needed to first learn to set boundaries with. That's it. We will stop here because this is an hour-long reading already. So thanks, pile number 1. Thank you, wolves. Stay in isolation for as long as you need to, because your comeback will be that much greater the more you rest and the more you recuperate and get back into your energy. Okay, let's move on after quite a break to pile Scorpio. With Isolde, undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. Trust. The goddess Ceres with love and mother yourself, and the death card with detach. So this is quite a different death card. No, wait, is this justice? 11? It's usually justice. Yeah, so justice. Okay. Let's just quickly, because I did run out of the house for a second. I need to refurbish my knowledge on the Scorpion. Sorry. So you were the one that took the time to re-strengthen your light, if I remember correctly. Gosh, doing this reading will be a bit hard now because I did take, I guess, too long of a break. So maybe you're having a hard time because you took a break from doing a job or doing something in your life that was a big part of your life, either a relationship or a job or just something that you were passionate about, and that itself turned you into this isolation mode, this hermit mode, where you just had to surrender and trust the waters that you were diving into, and you needed to reestablish the meaning of unconditional love. So you relearned how to love and nurture and mother yourself. But because the justice that comes in for you is actually detaching, it's detaching from your past timeline. So for instance, if you quit a job, you did the right thing because that itself reset some sort of timer. I'm hearing, I don't know why I'm getting timer, but it was like timer. It's like your timeline, your clock. It's like when you quit that job, when you quit that relationship, you have elongated your lifespan, because that job or relationship or situation, whatever was 1, 2, 3, 4, that karmic cycle needed to be ended, because you left that winter behind and entered this whole new galactic timeline where you are starting to look younger, you're starting to age in reverse because you have hacked your own timeline. You're doing everything from such a business-like manner. You're doing everything for your own future. Okay. So you also got the Page of Pentacles and the Tower in reverse. So there was something that you avoided with reinvesting into something new, some new material abundance or something like that. Like you started a new job, you started a new project, a new hobby that is helping you reestablish your masculine side. I'm hearing like your ego was completely reset. Not that you were egotistical before, but people were testing you so hard because they were egotistical, that you had to fall down steps in the community, or on your pay grade or stuff like that, or some sort of social status was affected through this, where I cut the deck and it was the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm getting like the universe had to step in to clear out this phase in your life when it's constant winter. It's like you're waking up, Sleeping Beauty vibes. You are being awoken from your rest, from your sleep, from your introversion, with the kiss of self-love. So however you were previously internalizing and making an inner winter, so keeping yourself in depression and in fear and in loops of anxiety and worrying about things, it wasn't manifesting things. So you were also tapping into your third eye and your solar plexus, where you reestablished certain misalignments within yourself, and you remembered again of your galactic presence, I'm hearing. So we got the Emperor coming out upright because I asked about the Scorpion. So again, that being your own father, being your own mother, it's like if there are people who are who have, let's say, fictively speaking, you had either a mother or a father or a partner or a sibling or somebody that was supposed to be close to you that disappointed you. You are detaching and unaliving those timelines where you kept constantly getting hurt and stung, and your scorpionic ways, let's say, have taken you all the way to the Pluto to reestablish boundaries, to reestablish certain parameters within your life. Because the Emperor came out with the Hermit card, you had to take a lot of internal introspection. You had to literally collapse within yourself to start rebuilding that self-mothering nature that you always had for others. Yes, we got under Isolde, the undying love goddess. We got the 9 of Pentacles, the Death card, and then the Queen of Cups and 4 of Swords showed up. And I'm just going to take 2. So we have the 9 of Pentacles and the Death card. Yeah, certain karmic engines. There was an engine outside. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, it was like the motor was winding down, so it went like ooh, and then it took a pause, and then it sped up. So that's how your life is also going to be after you do this self-transformation. You have gone so much, you have tended so much to your true colors. It's like you have taken back the power, the reins, and you're the charioteer, right? Getting Cancer and Aries energies here, Virgo energies, and Scorpionic energies a lot. So your 6th house, your 1st house, your 8th house could be quite significant here. You have taken a lot of time to refurbish your colors. Your colors have gotten quite dull. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my phone because yeah, you could be either in this distraction mode for now, or that's something that you're leaving, where you're putting down the screen a lot more and focusing on the things that you actually want to build, which is trusting yourself again. I'm hearing we have Justice on the bottom of the deck and Strength and 10 of Cups. Okay, so the mothering and loving of yourself is bringing you a new emotional beginning that will build you up to you know, somebody that will not be able to get swayed emotionally by anything anymore, because your boundaries will be highly established once you come back from Pluto. And we do have the Fool card, which is a new beginning that is just for you. And even though you might be in this energy that I'm currently in, because I'm channeling, which is kind of like cards flying everywhere, and it looks like I'm nervous. I thought the 5 of Swords turned around. That's what I checked, why I checked the whole deck, but it didn't. It turned back around. So we have 5 of Swords showing its face was like, because now we're at the Detached card, trying to explain it. I'm trying to draw another card after the Fool. So your new beginning does not include the 5 of Swords type of people. So anybody that worked on making you confused or unmovable, like doubting yourself, anything that created a mental conflict within you, those types of people are staying in your old timeline. They're not joining us with this new beginning. We got the Queen of Cups, but she's in reverse. So she came out in reverse. We got the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like this energy of universe constantly keeps showing you when to begin your cycles, when to establish boundaries, how to go about things. They're giving you so many signs, but you never look into them. That's why it could be that you are overly emotional, overly nurturing, which is, you know, not a bad thing, but we're all kind of learning that overgiving exhausts our energy, and we're trying to build ourselves up from this childlike exploration of exploring our inner children and healing them and making them proud, towards being somebody that is able to navigate the emotional waters in any situation. So just being of regal and royal emotional quotient. So like an IQ, but an EQ, right? With emotions. So emotional quotient, I'm hearing, is something that is heightening here or being reestablished, because your betrayals in the past have taught you to not trust those that are the closest, yet you have a trust of a child most of the time, and your over nurturing or over giving of others it can be depleting for you, just because the people that you are over giving and over nurturing are not doing or mirroring it in a similar way, in a similar amount. So the next time, let's say it like this, so the next time the wheel turns, you should trust that it's turning into your favor. You should trust that every trust fall brings you back to yourself, back to trusting yourself, back to loving on yourself, back to mothering yourself, back to giving, even fathering yourself, like, kicking you out of the bed because you have been laying down for too long, not doing anything, when you know you should be creative or cooking or taking a walk or being by a body of water where you recuperate most, or stuff like that. Because in this new cycle, you will have, it's like a gift from the universe with this next cycle, is mental clarity and new opportunities. The universe is giving you that. The universe is giving you this freedom to detach from outcomes, from past timelines, because not everything that shines is golden. Because what we do get left with on the bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords showing its face, and we do not want to repeat that cycle. Repeat after me. We do not want to repeat that cycle. And it was just 1 hour, 2 minutes and 34 seconds, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Confirmation that we are closing out karmic cycle. Yeah, judgment is being called upon these people. These people that have broken your heart and pretended to be your family, they are being deleted out of your system. Again, with the I just reshuffled the whole deck. You saw that, right? So the cycle is turning to liberate yourself from these prisons, false prisons, and you're going towards your victory, your success. And look what it's showing here. Fucking Empress, the Star, the Queen of Pentacles was like, I'm right behind you. So you are rebuilding your finances, you're rebuilding your star qualities, you are just rebuilding yourself, feminine and masculine side. You're just yin in your yang and yang in your yin, and it's just beautiful, because the more you give to yourself and the more you detach from these people, the faster you will be able to rush into the things that you want for yourself and have the confidence. Again, the Star showed up, overturning in the deck, and the Empress fell out. My God, did I not just shuffle these? Am I the magician? Comment down below. You are the magician. Okay, we got the Sun. So only positive news for you on the other side of the gate, because whatever you're doing now, you're doing it for the future. You're expressing yourself from your solar plexus. You're expressing yourself from your heart, even though there are certainly some blockages in this area. So your upper heart centrum, your unconditional loving part, it needs more self-mothering, even more, or being the mother that you never had, or just reestablishing those parameters within your life where you take note of yourself and you see yourself more and more, where you could be a better parent to the children around you, even if those children are your family or friends. Sometimes you need to take the initiation to show the people that you are the mother of all, the mother of life, and trust that this voyage, let's say, trust that this path that you're on is happening to harden your exoskeleton. So you could also be working on your fitness, on your health, on your diet, on your well-being, testing yourself, confirmation by the train. You could be traveling by train as well. But it's like you are shedding your exoskeleton, which is a bit different shed than from a snake, right? It's a bit harder material to shed. So your path has been one of great patience towards yourself. That was one of the biggest lessons that you needed to learn, was patience and forgiveness. Yeah, because you are this fierce force to be reckoned with. Okay, the bottom deck we have solitude, and underneath that, potential. You have a lot of potential when you're creating in solitude. So when you're writing or singing or speaking or performing from that inner child, from that inner passion of what was all the job titles you wanted to be when you grow up, type of thing, and going over the things that you have put aside because you had to grow up too fast, or you had to take on roles of an older brother, sister, or a mother or a father at some point in your life, and you have therefore detached from mothering yourself. You are revisiting those things once you detach, or when you detach and go into solitude. You are the type of person that goes from heightened emotions, like full moon energy, just peak emotions, to just not enough energy to take care of yourself. So I'm getting this energy of confirmation. I'm getting this energy of like depletion from your friend circle, or the people that you are associated with day to day. So if you are in a competitive work environment, that could also be something that is draining your energy, and you need to take a lot more time to recuperate under your own ritualistic ways. So however you like to practice certain things to recuperate your energy, I'm getting that you should do those more and more often, or create new ones. I'm hearing you have curiosity. So what sparks your interests? What does spark your interest? I'm interested. What does spark the Scorpion's interest? Love. We got love and release. So that's interesting. We have opportunity on the bottom and purification. So this is your opportunity to purify and to release, to detach. So let's say it's one of the heavy ones. You need to detach from a partner's energy that you have just decided to focus on yourself. And now you're at this point where you're still immersed with passion towards these people either being better or doing better, and just you two not being on the same level anymore because you have jumped the timeline and, you know, have taken a different route that is a bit higher in calling. Cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for growth. So this card just kind of popped out visually, and I wanted to frame this reading a little bit, or this second part of the reading. We have movement. Inspiration is drawn to motion. So you have an opportunity to move, right? You have an opportunity to take flight or to actually move away from these old timelines. You were feeling burned. You were feeling overburned, overworked, you have just overgiven. And that has probably gone on for quite a few seasons, the past 2 Earth seasons. Whenever you're watching, for us right now, let's say for the past winter and autumn, and you're now coming into spring, you're coming into this fruition of self-love, which is just you remembering of your Christ consciousness, of your Christ light within, that Holy Spirit is what I'm getting. Is this point in time is so crucial that if you want to turn that Queen of Cups upright and be a well-balanced emotionally in your feminine and masculine side, then you will have to release and put up some boundaries and really put that love towards yourself. Because Isolde is showing me again this line that is quoted here: the love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. Sorry, it's reversed. I'm just showing you the card, but there's a lot of flowering and blooming going on. And this release card came right underneath Ceres, which also has wheat. So, you know, the harvest, the abundance. So each season that you have gone through, you loved so intensely, right? And you have harvested in each season. So you could also be heightening and opening up your sensors and accepting your body, your vessel, as a frequential give and take, right? And once you have taken a step back from certain people, you realize that your emotional body is not as depleted as when you are next to them, or something bad always happens when you're with them, or something goes wrong, even if it's minor. It's always like little signs here and there that you need to put up certain boundaries, because these people are not the circle of friends or tribe or family that are going to be able to stay for your next timeline shift, because you're shifting so fast. Once you realize these things, it's like the movement just doesn't stop. You get a lot more energy, you get a lot more passion, because with being honest with yourself and forgiving yourself, that yes, you say to yourself like, yes, I have been overgiving in love, and I did put myself on the back burner, and now is the time to kind of, when we put energy constantly out to others, we are just depleting it, and now we're just going to start holding it for some time and then start pulling back it towards ourselves. And this pullback might be something that's really hard for you to do, because you also could be such a forgiving person that you over forgive the wrong people all the time. And that's why it kind of comes from the scorpionic energy of transformation towards this justice of being able to detach. Because for some people it takes lifetimes. For you, it could take just a few months to realize that the path that you have been treading in the snow, although it was all white around you, it wasn't the correct light, I'm hearing. So you have liberated yourself, and you are yet to take this cloak off, because it still fits the gate. If you can see the shape, like her cloak fits the gate that she just walked through, and that's the cloak of darkness, the gate that we are leaving behind, type of thing. I know this is a lot. This is not for everybody. We have Lilith underneath movement with Reclaim Your Power. She was kind of showing herself. So you do have this exiled woman energy, even though if you're a man, I'm just saying, like, the story of Lilith is that she's not Adam's rib, she's Adam's equal. So you have probably been tested by people that you thought were your equal but really weren't. So you had to go through this dark night of the soul to realize where do you stand with people long term. You took a higher road and a higher perspective to get to where you are currently, and where you are currently is this single mode. Even if you are in a relationship, you are building things for your legacy. You are not including people like your family or your usual tribe just because you want to tend to your garden alone, and because people around you didn't know exactly how to love you or how to give back, especially in the amount that you give. You have already planted. This is already your harvest season, the energy that I'm speaking of now, because as you released, you have also harvested. So as you set out this dove to fly, you have cast the ritual, you have cast a spell of forgiving. And that's not something like being... I've saw the 7 of Wands from Ethereal Visions deck, which is kind of like you're blocking people out, you're standing your ground with your boundaries, because that's the only way that you will be able to harvest all of this fruit. Okay, final 3, okay? We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Death card. So we have Piscean and Scorpionic energies and Earth. So this movement, however slow, and however much you look back on the past, all of your past from the point that you're watching this now, everything was here to separate you from the crowd, to let's say, yeah, okay, we will keep some things a secret, they say, but the amount of awareness that you have gained from this previous timeline is all to your benefit, because for each suspension, for each misery, for each time that you have been wronged, now it's like the ropes are being cut. You are releasing yourself from this state of internalizing and being alone and isolating and pondering and analyzing because you realize that the path that you're taking is quite long. And these were always your hopes and wishes, to have a happy family, to be a strong and independent person, to have unconditional love all around you, because innately and internally we all strive for all children to be safe. And I mean inner children as well when I say that. So go out more in nature, reconnect with the signs from nature, so birds or little animals, critters that come your way are there to show you signs and synchronicities when it comes to like seeing your favorite breed or a favorite type of animal crosses your feed or something like that. It's like that animal spirit is actually asking you to look deeper into the meaning of, for instance, you love cats and you have a cat at home and you know a lot about cats, but have you seen yourself as a cat and understanding how spiritual energy of the cat really brings a lot more of that independence, which people have been fearing, the people around you have been fearing, and probably you yourself as well to certain degrees, because it brings more isolation, it brings more death and detachment from certain timelines, it brings more boundaries. I don't know what I was trying to say, sorry. So Venus and Capricorn in 11th house. So